So first question, kind of obvious, but tell me a little bit about On Your Feet and what audiences in Melbourne can expect when it comes to town.
On Your Feet is a fun, exciting, high energy show about the story of Gloria and Emilio Estefan. And of course, it goes beyond that. It shows about the community around them, that were around them during the time where they were coming up until now. And so the audiences can expect fun, music that they already know, and story about how Emilio and Gloria met and, the struggles that they went through before they became what they are right now.
Sure. And I saw, your press agent sent over a little bio. So you were born and raised in Puerto Rico, is that correct?
I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, yes.
Okay. So can you talk to me a little bit about what it's like as a Latin artist? Obviously they're Cuban American, but portraying other Latin artists and championing them on stage.
I think it's an amazing opportunity for me to be able to be part of the show, to come from Puerto Rico, being born and raised there, to come here to the US and be able to participate in musical theater and share our stories, coming from us. And I think it's a beautiful experience and a great opportunity to be able to show that we are all human beings going through the same struggles, and we can all overcome them if we are, focused and on the things that we want and the goals that we have for us. And to me, growing up, I was listening to Gloria Stefan, even though they're Cuban American. In Puerto Rico, we listen to this day, we still listen to them. So I knew about the story. I knew about their music, and it's kind of fun for me to be able to be on the stage performing songs that I used to sing at home, or like, car rides or at birthday parties.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an amazing experience to be able to be here,
Yeah.
as a Latin artist.
Well, you kind of answered my question, but I was gonna ask, like, did you grow up listening to their music? And
Oh, definitely.
yeah, do you
Definitely.
have favorites or
Yes. Well, I have a couple of favorite songs that are not in the musical.
okay.
But I also have from the musical, I love Tradición.
Hmm.
I think it's a very joyful song that talks about, the tradition of being in a community and growing up with a community, and it's a fun number in the show, by the way. And then Wrapped, it's in the show as well. And it's a beautiful song. One of the things that I really loved growing up, um, about the music that Gloria has, and now as an adult, with a better understanding, is a list and storytelling. I think she has great storytelling when writing music, and that translates and is beautiful to see, to hear, but also see on
Sure.
the stage. So I think those are going to be my two choices from the musical.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so, like, as a fan of the music, what's it? I just imagine it's just super fun to do on stage.
It is so much. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
We have a great cast. We have people from a bunch of different countries. We have people from Argentina, Chile, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuba. From everywhere. And so all to come together to this music that we all, grew up listening to in different countries. It's an amazing experience, and it's fun. The music is fun. When we do the conga and all this stuff,
Yeah,
we just have a blast on stage, and I think it translates, and the audience becomes part of the show in a sense.
that's awesome. And obviously, people are familiar with Gloria and Emilia Estefan, familiar with their music and their story. But why do you feel like it's important to have jukebox musicals like this and to tell the story behind the artist?
Well, I do think, especially with this musical, I think it goes beyond being a jukebox musical. I think it really transcends and touches people and tells a story. The fact that yes, it is a jukebox musical and have all this music that people knows and they have been dancing to for years, it is a great way to maybe catch other audiences that are not used to musical theater or going to musical theaters, and they might be able to come to the show because they know the music and they know the songs. But then when they come to the show, they realize that it's more than just the music, it's the community, it's a connection within them, the struggles that they went through, and how they were able to come up to be who they are because of the community, because of the help, the trust that people had in them, and how then they were able to translate that and help other artists like Ricky Martin and Shakira and all the people that came after them. So it's great for people to know the story behind the music and to be able to know how much took for them to get to where they are. Now we have more artists that do the crossover, and they sing in English and Spanish, but in the time that they were coming up, that was not a thing.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people do not know that part of their story.
Yeah.
So it's good for them to see and to meet all the characters like her mom, her mother, her sister that were there for her. Some people do not know about them. So it's great to tell the story beyond what we know.
Yeah. And is this true? Like it's completely everything that happens in the musical happens.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
It's everything. It's everything. And it talks about, I think the show, it's about healing and it's about trust. And it's about going to do the things that you believe in.
Yeah.
So that thing that on my opinion, I think that makes it more than just a jukebox musical,
Yeah.
which it's gratifying to see how people discover that after seeing the show.
Yeah. I love that. And you talked a little bit about like obviously they went through struggles to get to where they are, and they've since inspired and led a movement of other Latin artists. So can you talk to me a little bit about how the show inspires you, and also maybe how some of the struggles are reflected in your own struggle as a performer, or their successes are reflected in your own successes?
Yeah, well, I can relate to their story in the fact that, of course, like we mentioned, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and so as much as I love musical theater and doing all the things that I did in Puerto Rico, I wanted to be able to do it here in the U.S. But it's a scary thing to do,
Yeah.
coming to a new country where you don't know people, you don't have your peers, your family around, you're trying to follow a dream. You have to learn the language, right? So I grew up learning Spanish, and that was the language that I knew. So I had to learn the language, and then present myself as I am into this industry. And of course, it's growing, and there's a lot of opportunities, but there's still places in musical theater where it is, not every Latin person can get a character or have a main character, or the stories be told in a way where it's not, the maid or the drug dealer or all these, other people. So I relate into that, into coming to this country, wanting to make my dream possible, but still sometimes facing the fact that, maybe I didn't know the language well, or maybe, that we're not used to a person like me being in this space. And then being able to do the show every night, it's a reminder that there's it pays off, that it pays off. And they, knowing the struggle that they went through, and the accident that Gloria went through, and still overcoming and still became who she is right now, it truly inspired me to continue on, to know that, knocking on doors and presenting yourself who you are, and knowing the value of what you bring to the table,
Yeah.
it pays off, so it's truly an inspiration every night. It's a reminder. Like even when I feel like, oh, I don't know, I go to the show and I'm like, you know what? Let's keep on keeping on.
Right. Especially with a name like On Your Feet, you can't help but,
I
dance,
mean, you
get back
have
up.
to get on your feet.
You have to. It says it.
Definitely,
Yeah. It's a call to
definitely.
action. Yeah. Awesome. Well, besides, all of that, what do you hope for audiences who are maybe not familiar with the work, or, less familiar, what do you hope they get out of this musical?
Well, first of all, I hope they get on their feet when they see the show. But mostly an understanding of what they are beyond the music, um, for them to be able to see the power of community when we all come together, and it's a beautiful sight. Like I mentioned, people from all of these countries just coming together for a goal, that is more than just entertaining, but it's delivering a message of, fighting for what you want, being persistent, having faith on you and the people around you, and healing. I think it's a major theme for me throughout the show, not only when it comes to Gloria after her accident, but their relationship between Gloria and Emilio, the relationship between Gloria and her mother. That sometimes we gotta take a pause, have conversations with the people that we love, and get to an understanding. I
Yeah.
know that sometimes uh, when people are acting a certain way, or they're trying to protect us based on their fears and whatever they went through, and the people that love us, they really want the best for us, and we see that in the show through the characters of the mother, the sister, the grandma, and Emilio, and of course the community. That's what ultimately gave her that strength to go up and come back to show
Yeah.
business.
I love that. And I love how it explores as well. We always talk about romantic partners or people like that, but we hardly ever talk about family in media.
Correct.
It's
Mm-hmm.
less known. And I feel like that's an important aspect of who someone is.
Correct. Because it's part, yeah, of who you are, and
Yeah.
your daily basis. And I love how this show shows that, shows it's able to show, yes, Emilio and Gloria, but other relationships that are as important. Friendships are very important, family is very important, as well as a romantic partner. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we cover all of those bases.
Yes, exactly. All the boxes.
All the boxes. Because
um,
I relate to that. I'm here because of the love of my mom. My family trusted me to get on a plane and come here in 2 days. My best friends and my friends cheering me on every day to
yeah.
continue on. So
Yeah.
um, I love that we can give that to people, and hopefully they can take that away with them.
Yeah. Have they been able to come and see you and your performances?
Not yet, but they're
Okay.
coming.
Oh,
I've had some friends coming. They have come to see the show, but my family is coming to Melbourne, and then Lakeland and Daytona.
oh, that's so
There's
exciting.
gonna be a bunch of family and friends
Nice.
coming to see the show, so I'm
The
excited for that.
shouts will be extra loud that night.
Oh, correct. They're gonna be extra loud,
I
and
love
we're
that.
excited for it. We love the Florida audiences.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also gonna say, my last question. She came, she's known in Miami, came from Miami. So what is it like to perform this show in Florida specifically?
Performing the show in Florida is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that's her home, and there's a lot of Latin people in Florida too that they know her, but there's a lot of people who are from other countries, from the US, from the Netherlands. She was very famous in the Netherlands. So all
Yeah.
of those people come together, and I feel like Florida is a melting pot of a bunch of people from different places.
Yes.
So when we go, I mean, we have so much fun. The
Yeah.
audiences definitely get on their feet.
Amazing.
They dance with us, they cheer. It's a great experience, and we love the weather too. So
Yeah. It's very nice. And it's gonna get warmer. So
yes,
yeah.
we love that. So we're always very excited to be in Florida.
Oh,
So we're
that's
gonna be there in March a lot. So we're looking forward to that.
That's awesome. And then I have you guys are in Melbourne. Are there any other dates in you said Daytona?
Yes, so we are going to be in Melbourne, and then after Melbourne, we're going to Sarasota for 2 days. So
Okay.
Melbourne is the 12th and the 13th of March. Sarasota, we're doing the 14th and 15th. Then we're going to Lakeland on March 16th, Daytona on March 17th, and then the villages.
Oh,
We're going, yeah, at the 18th and the 19th, we're going to the village. So we're going to be around Central Florida.
amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I had heard about Daytona and Melbourne, but not about the other places. So that's good to know.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
awesome. Well, those were all the questions I had for you, unless there's anything else you want to add about On Your Feet, anything.
I just want to say that On Your Fit is an amazing show, an amazing experience. It has great music, great people together. We put this together with love, with the understanding of where we're going and the message that we're sending. And we just want people to join us, have fun with us, and really take in the message. And know that it takes a village.
I love that.